Welcome back to my channel and Happy New Year. I'm so excited for 2021. I think most of us probably are. And so in today's video, we are going to be talking about my New Year's goals, resolutions, maybe give you some ideas if you're still thinking of yours. And if you don't want to set any goals, totally fine. I'm not going to be upset with myself if these all don't come true at the end of 2020, but they're good things for me to look at in case I'm having a day where I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't know what to do or I don't feel motivated. I can look at these things and say, if I do some of these today, maybe I'll feel really good about the day. So I have written down goals for 3 different categories of my life, and I think it's easy for me to separate them because we all have different aspects of our life, and maybe that's helpful for you as well. So the categories I chose today are life, work, and personal. So life is just like things I want to do. Work is for work, obviously, and then personal are things within myself. I'm really excited to share them with you. I decided to write them down in the back of my planner, and before we get into what my goals are, I want to show you the planner I'm going to be using this year. I bought myself a 2021 Happy Planner, and this is the cover. It just says, yay. Yay, it's a new year. Yay, 2020 is over. So hopefully 2021 will be so much better. But it's just a simple planner with a little dashboard for each month. I have yet to fill out the January one. And then a cute saying on each month. There's a monthly calendar, obviously, and I've actually already filled out the month with all of my YouTube video ideas. So here's a little sneak peek of that. But just a little monthly calendar, and I'm mostly going to be using this planner for like social media type planning just because that's what I spend a lot of my personal time doing. And then the weekly spreads are just like a long list of lines, so you can write a to-do list down the whole day, which is really something that I like. So I am really excited about this planner, and I went ahead and I wrote my goals. In the very back of it, there's a single notes page. So I wrote my goals back here, and I'm really excited that they're always going to be in my planner for me to refer to, and I'm going to share them with you guys and talk about each one, why I'm making this goal, and hopefully what I think I'll get out of it at the end of the year. We're going to get started. Make sure before we start that you like this video and subscribe if you haven't, because I have so many fun ideas for 2021, and I'm really excited to see this channel grow. So let's get into the goals. So the first category I'm talking about today is life. And so, like I said, life goals for me are going to be things I want to do in my personal life. So I have 5 life goals, and the first one is to fully finish decorating this apartment. We are very, very close to, I think, being fully done with the big things and even the little things that we want to decorate. There's a couple more things on our list, and when the whole thing is done, I'm going to be doing an updated apartment tour. I did one in the summer when we had lived here for a couple of weeks, and so there's a lot that looks very different, and I'm excited for it to fully be done. So that's my first life goal. I think that'll become fulfilled hopefully in the first half of the year, and I'm really excited about it. So we're going to finish decorating this apartment of ours. The next goal that I have is to make a weekly or bi-weekly date night for Rob and I. I think that would be really, really fun, even if it's just us cooking a new meal together or going on a walk to get coffee, even if it's simple. I think it would be really, really great. I know 2020 was kind of a year where we didn't go out on like that many dates, but that's because no one really did. So I'm hopeful that the world will become safer slowly this year, and even if we go out, we're going to be safe. But I think it'd be really, really great to start that tradition. We've never really had like a set date night or a date time, so I think it'd be really fun for us to do that, and maybe we'll find cool things in Atlanta that we hadn't known about before. We've only lived here for 7 months, so there's still so much more to explore. So I think that would be really fun to do. So that's my second life goal. My third one is to develop healthy routines. So this is a morning routine, a night routine, cleaning routine, just like even my classroom routine. I feel like this year I have just had a different routine every single day, and it's not healthy for me mentally to do that. So like some mornings on the weekday I'll get up 4:30 and I'll go work out and I'll feel really great about the day, and then the next day I wake up at 5:30 and I'm running late and I haven't figured out what the best routine for me is for the morning at all. And then on the weekends there's no routine, which I need to make a routine. Night routine is almost non-existent. I just kind of look at my phone until I fall asleep, which is also not very healthy. And then in terms of like a cleaning routine, we just kind of like clean randomly, which is good, but I feel like it'd be nice if we were like, okay, this day we always do the dishes, or obviously we do dishes every day, but this day we vacuum and this day we mop or whatever it is. So I think that would be really, really great too. And then when I go to work at school, I feel like every single day as a teacher is just different. Every day is different from the others, but I need to have a really good, like, established, like, okay, I get to school, this is what I do when I'm there. When my kids are at lunch, this is what I'm doing. When my kids are at specials, this is what I'm doing. Because I feel like this year was just crazy as a teacher, and so I feel like I was always doing a million different things that I wasn't planning my time very well. So I want to make sure I'm intentional about that this year too. So I just want to develop overall healthier, more productive routines in my life. Okay, the next one I think is probably going to be the hardest life goal for me to keep, but I'm really going to try to stick with it, and I'm going to need you guys to keep me accountable. But it is, I'm going to try to read one book per month, which I feel like is very, very doable. I am definitely that person that starts a book, gets a third of the way into it, and then forgets about it, and then like 6 months later I buy a different book and I start that book, and I never finish any of them. So part of my healthy routine is going to be to read before I go to bed, and I think if I do that, I will be able to read one book per month. So fingers crossed that we can get through that. That's one of my goals. And then maybe I'll fall in love with reading. Who knows? Maybe I won't, and I will learn that this year. But I think that's a really good goal to set. And then my last life goal is I'm going to try to save around 15% of what I make. Now, there's going to be some months where I can't save that much. If, I have to change my tires, or like random things happen that you have to spend money on. Obviously, life happens. But I think if I try to save 15% every single month, I will have saved a good amount of money, and then that way maybe we could go on a trip when it's safe to travel. We can look forward to maybe living in a bigger place if that's something we want to do. I don't know. I just want to have a good amount of money saved, and I have a little bit saved, but I think it's really good to continue to save. And some months I forget to save, so I'm trying to be really intentional at saving around 10 to 15% every month. I think that's a good goal for me. So yeah, those are all of my life goals, and I think most of them are pretty achievable. So we're going to move on to work goals. Okay, so for my work goals, I am not including teaching because this year is kind of a wash almost in my mind. Like, I'm trying my best. We're all trying our best as teachers. But when I look back at my career, this year is never going to be the year that I say, I was the best teacher I could have been this year. Just because there's so many limitations to teaching online, and I'm just getting through it. But I'm hopeful that next school year I won't be online and it'll be safe to be in person, but I've just kind of eliminated that from my work goals because that's just going to be what it is, and we're going to try our best the whole year. But I'm not setting any goals because we're just trying to get through it. So my work goals instead are going to be YouTube goals, Instagram goals, social media goals, things like that, because 2021 is the year that I really, really, really want to make this like a full-time hobby where I'm really putting all I can into it. Obviously, of course, I'm going to be teaching, and that will always take priority over this just because that is my actual job. But as much as I can, I'm going to put time into this. So these are the goals for my social media work 2021. Okay. I want to try to upload 2 to 3 videos a week consistently. There's going to be some weeks where it's just 2, some weeks where I can get 3 videos out. I've planned for January to put out 3 videos a week, and one of those every week will be a vlog of some kind. And I think the videos I have planned, I think I can definitely make them. Really, really, really want to be consistent with that, because this year I kind of started this whole journey in like the beginning of quarantine. And I was really consistent over the summer, obviously, because I wasn't working as a teacher. We don't work in the summer. And I had a lot of time. And then this fall, I really went up and down with being consistent, and it's just because I had to put school first, obviously. And so I'm going to try my best to be consistent with 2, possibly 3 videos a week for the whole year. So we'll check back in a year and see if I accomplish that. Okay, the next one is, this is kind of silly, but I have a TikTok. I don't dance on it. Well, I kind of dance, but like not TikTok dances. I just dance my own dance moves. But I really like to show my outfits on TikTok, and sometimes I do little daily vlogs on TikTok. So I want to try to make 2 to 3 TikTok videos a week. Those are so easy to make considering that I've made these kinds of videos. And it's definitely like a mental hurdle for me, because I'll film things for a TikTok video and then I can't get myself to edit it just because I never think it's that good. So I'm going to try to be more consistent on TikTok, maybe branch out, do some trends. I think it's kind of fun. And hopefully TikTok continues to flourish in 2021. I love TikTok. I'm sure most of you love TikTok. So if you haven't already, follow me on TikTok. It's always in the description. Okay, this one is probably going to be the hardest one for me, but I really, really want to do the best I can at this goal, which is going to be, I'm going to try to post on Instagram every other day. So I'm going to try to be active in stories as always, just sharing random things in my day, but posting like actual pictures and content to every other day, whether it's a reel or a picture. I think that would be really, really awesome if I can accomplish that. And with that, I don't want it to be like, oh, here's a quick snap of like me outside on a walk, which like sometimes that might happen, but I want to try my best to make really good quality Instagram posts with like quality photos, quality captions. And if you have any like resources on where I can learn more about Instagram and that kind of growth, please put it down below. I'd love to learn more about it. And I just finished at the end of 2020 a photo challenge on my Instagram, and I loved doing it. It was a lot of work. I think next time I need to think before I jump into that, but I'm really happy that I accomplished it, and I didn't miss a day, and it's now over, which I'm happy about, and I can breathe a little bit, but I'm excited to maybe come up with more photo challenges, and you guys can join me in those photo challenges, which would be really exciting. My next work goal is I need to take 1 day a week, either a Saturday or a Sunday, to do no work, like for YouTube, for social media at all, because I feel like I've done something every day, even though it feels like I haven't gotten that much out to the world for the last month, and it's exhausting. So I need to remind myself to rest, and it's okay to take a Sunday off, it's okay to take a Saturday off and do 0 social media, 0 editing, and just like detox myself. So I want to try to do that once a week, because I think that will make me more creative and recharge myself and not feel overwhelmed. And then on those days I can do things with Rob, or I can read, or I can work out, or I could look at stuff for school. I can learn how to make something new. I can do something for myself that is not going to take any extra time away from getting my social media work done. So that's one of my goals this year, is to take a day every week to just relax. The last work goal is I want to revamp my website. So if you didn't know, I have a website. When I was in college, I had a side hustle of taking photography for people, lots of grad photo shoots, some other random photo shoots, and I really want to revamp it. I'm not going to get rid of any of those portfolios, but I want to make it look more like a website about me and not about photography. So I really want to do that, maybe add some YouTube videos in there, some fun content posts in there, really to try to revamp it. And then when it's safe in the world again and most of us have been vaccinated, I do want to go out and start being more of a photographer as well. I think that would be really, really fun. It would help me grow that skill. And one of the things I want to save for this year is a better DSLR camera to take better pictures, because I have a camera that's like 4 years old. That's great, but I think it's time for an update. So I just want to like really revamp that and get back into photography of taking photos of me, obviously, and then of any other people, because 2020 was not the year I could do that, and I really miss it. So I'd really love to do that as well this year. My last category, I only have a couple of goals here, and that's personal goals. So those are things that I'm doing for myself internally that I think are going to help me grow as a person this year. And I feel like 2020 was a year that a lot of people saw personal growth. I did, because quarantine kind of forced me to see the way my brain works, what my mental health looked like, and there's lots of growth that happened this year without me really trying, and I'd really love to continue that. So these are some of my personal goals this year. My first one is I want to be more intentional with my screen time. So that kind of goes into a day of rest and like detoxing. I feel like I'm that person that gets very, very distracted by Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, whatever, when I'm in the middle of doing work on the computer or on my phone. And I need to be better about that. That's something that's fully my own control. And I know it's happening even when I'm in the middle of just looking at TikTok instead of editing what I've made. And I need to remember to stop myself and actually get back to doing what I'm doing, because then the screen time that I do spend on like fully just entertainment, watching something, looking at something, I can enjoy more because haven't done it all day long and I've actually felt productive. And then at that point I can relax and enjoy looking at things instead of feeling like, oh my gosh, you still haven't got anything done, you're still just wasting the day. So I need to be more intentional with that. And that's a really big goal for me, surprisingly. And I'm really, really hoping I can get there slowly. The next personal goal I have is to grow my relationships with my friends and my family even more. I feel like 2020 was a year that everyone discovered FaceTime more than they maybe have in the past, and I think there's a couple of friends that I need to FaceTime more. I feel like I haven't been as close to them as I want to be. Same with family members. And I just think this is a really good time to look at all the people in my life and say, I love all these people. I want to talk to them more. I want to actually know what's going on in their lives that's not on a surface level, and really prioritize that. So maybe picking 2 to 3 times a week where I call a friend or a family member and have a genuine conversation, I think would be really, really great for me personally, to make sure I feel like I'm fully invested in all the people's lives that I care about. So I think that's something I really want to do. And I think I did a pretty good job at that in 2020, but I could definitely do better. And my very last goal in this video, and it's my last personal goal, is to continue to focus on my mental health. I feel like this year, I know I said it a little bit before, was a year where my mental health just came right to the forefront, and I never really had thought about it before. And I think that happened to a lot of people, but there's a lot that I went through mentally to understand how my brain processes emotions, thinks about things, reacts when people do things that are positive or negative, whatever it may be. I think it took a lot of toll on myself to learn those things, and I'm happy I have, and I'm still learning. But I really want to focus on like when I feel like I'm getting too emotional or I'm getting very anxious or whatever it is, I need to really focus on why is this happening? How can I make this better for myself? Who can I lean on? Things like that, because overall it's just going to make me a happier person if I prioritize my mental health, and I think everyone should. So that's something I want to continue to do this year, and next year maybe I'll be even more in control of it than I am now. That's the goal. Those are all of my goals for 2021. I feel really good that I've written them down and I can look at them every day, and I hope that whatever goals you set, if you want to set goals, are things that you're excited about and you're positive about, and you're doing for yourself and not because someone else said you should. So that is everything I wanted to share today. I hope you guys have a wonderful New Year's. We're going to have such a great year, and I'm excited to see at the end of this year when I do this video again if these goals happened, if I was able to do them. So that is all I'm going to say today. Thank you so much for watching. I love all of you so much. Please remember to subscribe to this channel. Give this video a like so I know that you enjoyed it, and please comment. I love seeing your comments. I reply to as many as I can when I see them, and lots of you guys share really fun comments and I really enjoy reading them. So please leave a comment. Maybe comment one of your goals this year, or which one of my goals you think I could accomplish, or maybe ones that you think might be kind of hard for me. But yeah, I just love you all so much, and remember, keep spreading positivity. It cut me off, but keep spreading positivity. I will see you in the next video. Bye, friends.